everyone. And firstly, I would like to thank Pete and all the people participated, and also, of course, the audience that are listening to us for this great event. Well, this is the last day, but it was a really great event. So I want to thank again to everybody. So today, I would like to tell about a case study, let's say, that we have achieved for the last 2 years. We were working on it, and I just want to make an analysis. How do we make it? What was the problem? How do you solve it? And what about the results? Of course, it will be like an academic article, but I want to share the details with you. So, first of all, yes, this is me, a bit cuter, let's say. Betty told about me. Yes, I'm the Chief Gamification Officer of BrandNewGame Turkey, and we have been in this business together with my colleagues for 6 years now. I'm talking about Turkey, BrandNewGame Turkey, and we have several projects and consultancies and several trainings made in Turkey and surrounding countries. What I would like to share with you is just talk about ourselves as well, what we do. Normally, BrandNewGame is a Dutch company. Probably, if you are interested in gamification, you all know BrandNewGame also. Bart Hoeven. I will say hello to Bart. He will listen, or he will be listening it. I don't know. Later maybe. And with Bart now for the last 6 years we are serving as let's say the Turkey office of BrandNewGame, and trying to serve Turkey and surrounding countries. We have lots of references. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to self-market ourselves, but in the world and in Turkey, there are lots of big players that we have worked with. And of course, today I will give one example from them. First of all, I have to tell what we are specifically doing, because it will affect my presentation as well, just to make you better understand what is the idea behind what we have done with Koçfinans. So we have some products and services. These are GameStorm, gameplay. These are the analysis parts of the gamification. And then we give consultancy to make the gamification design successful. We give trainings. We have the gamification academy trainings. We are eligible to give it in Turkey, and we are making projects, turnkey projects especially, and we have some other stuff also, interactive videos, gamified interactive videos, and some other things as well. I have to tell you about GameStorm first, because this is the analysis tool that we are using in almost all of our gamification projects. Well, GameStorm, you'll probably guess from its name, it's like a brainstorming session, but there is an important difference between brainstorming and GameStorm, because in GameStorm you focus on the behaviors and the conditions, not to everything. If I should give an example, let's say sales. You can have a brainstorm session where you can tell everything, and first you have to set your target, a smart target, which is measurable and quantifiable as well. So let's say I want to increase this product sales by 30% with respect to last year's first quarter. So something like that. Let's say this is the smart target that we are putting. Now, if it was a brainstorming session, you can say, okay, let's open some, I don't know, new stores. Let's hire some new sales reps. Let's give some more franchises. Things like that could be ideas of a brainstorming session. However, if you come to GameStorm, in a GameStorm session, these are not the topics that you should talk about, because we all know gamification mainly focuses on people. If there are people, there are behaviors and the conditions that structure the people's behaviors. So let's take the same example of the sales. Again, the same thing. I want to sell my product 30% more with respect to last year's first quarter. Then in a GameStorm session, you have to deep dive into what is the reason that you cannot achieve that target, or what is the obstacle, what is the challenge blocking you to reach that target. And it is always about the target audience. So maybe you will analyze it. Then during this GameStorm session, people are involved to give their ideas about these reasons, these behaviors, and maybe, let's say, the sales reps do not know enough about the product. Maybe it was that easy because that's the condition for people. So what we should do is focusing on the increase of the product knowledge of the sales reps on site, let's say. So this is how GameStorm differs from brainstorming. It is always the behaviors and conditions, and it's always focused on target audience. And of course, since it is a start of a gamification design, it is a crucial part to make it almost perfect, let's say. And another thing about GameStorm is the GameStorm session, let's say, lasts about 1 day, and during this day, the session is moderated by us, but there should be 6 to 8 participants in this GameStorm analysis session, and these 6 to 8 people should be the people from that project. I mean, the project management, if it's the sales, then maybe the sales manager. If it is related with marketing, the marketing people. If it's going to be a digital project, some people from IT. And of course, the most important thing is someone from the target audience. If you cannot provide someone from the target audience, then you should find someone in the company that really knows the target audience well. So this is the GameStorm thing. This is the analysis thing, and you choose a behavior that will maximize the benefits at the end of the day. And then your project now starts, and before making the design, you have to identify the game elements to be implemented, and we use gameplay for that. It is a session played with cards. Now it is online. We, of course, generated it online, generated some cards online. But you have to identify the game elements, like what are the motivation types, what are the game mechanics, what will you use, what are the social mechanics, I mean, the social interaction, should there be some social interaction? If yes, how? And of course, the victory conditions, meaning win-lose scenarios. I mean, maybe you want the target audience to lose. Maybe it is much more educative if you lose something. So it also depends, of course, on the target audience and the objective you set to yourself. But it is a session right after, it starts right after GameStorm session. And now you have almost everything related with the analysis. So About the project, probably you don't know about the company we worked with, the Koç Group. Koç Group is actually the biggest group of companies in Turkey, and it has around 7% share in national income. So you can just imagine how big they are. And it is the only Turkish company in Fortune Global 500. It is They serve almost in all industries: energy, finance, automotive, consumer goods, food and beverage, tourism, on almost everything. And they are, again, approximately 100,000 employees. So this is the Koç Group, and the company we work with, we made this project with is Koçfinans, which is a part of Koç Group, and Koçfinans is actually the pioneer financial company in Turkey. It's not a bank. It's a financial company. I have to put it that way. And what they do is they provide several loans and also insurance policies related with these loans to both individuals and also to companies. And the Koçfinans is especially specialized in automotive industry. They have many products, including auto loans and complementary products, which is the thing actually we worked during this project. It is the payment protection insurance. So you take a loan from Koçfinans to buy a car, then you can have a complementary product that protects your payment. If something happens, it's the insurance of your credit, actually. So what happened? I mean, why do they need? What Koçfinans did, and why do they need us? Let's say. Well, of course, the auto loan industry was there is a fierce competition because there are also banks and some new financial institutions very focused on the auto loan industry. So Koçfinans just decided to differentiate itself. And they come up with a new idea, and they say, okay, let's make a competition for our sales reps down there in the car dealers, actually, not Koçfinans' own employees, but the people selling working as a sales rep in the car dealers, trying to sell credits and also trying to sell this payment protection insurance with the credit as well. So they started the competition, and the prize was a holiday abroad with the family. However, the results were not satisfying because the same people were always winning, and somehow even it got worse for the people that were not winning through this competition. So the motivation even decreased. So there was something wrong, they realized. So what we see is actually analysis is the key to success of a gamification design. The analysis was wrong, what they did. Actually, there was no analysis. They just come up with an idea, and they say, let's make a competition, and everybody will love it because there's a prize, and everybody will sell more. There will be fully motivated. However, the result was not like that because of the lack of analysis through this process, let's say. So the gamification. Now we understand that the problem was the analysis stage. That's why Koçfinans was seeking for a better solution, and they came up with the idea of gamification. Let's use it. It is becoming popular. Maybe we can use it, they say. And they contacted us, told the whole story, what happened, what they do, everything. And now the solution was, of course, a structured gamification design, taking into account all parties involved in the process. As I told you, during a GameStorm session, you need everyone. So sales, marketing, project management, IT, and of course, the target audience. So we have just initiated our gamification project with Koçfinans. First, we form a project group inside Koçfinans, and we had a training session. We gave the fundamentals of gamification training to them because we need to be on the same page with the people that we work with. So we should, let's say, speak the same language with the people working in a gamification project. So we just gave the training to this project team. Then the second step, it was, of course, the analysis stage, which is the most crucial phase in a gamification design, I believe. So the analysis stage, of course, involves the first setting the target, then defining the challenges, and identifying the behaviors. So an analysis stage is actually the target, the challenges, and the key behaviors of that challenges. Then we have to understand the target audience's motivational factors. I mean, just giving them a holiday abroad and completing them all in the, let's say, same basket did not work, obviously. So that's why we decide which game elements will be used during this gamification design stage. This is why I have told about this game storm session and also the gameplay session. This is what we did. The analysis stage, we use GameStorm for analysis and gameplay to start the gamification project design. So the third step was the ideation or design stage. Now we have some key elements. We know the game elements we are going to use during this project, and also now we have some idea about the target audience and its motivational factors. So we have now the target, we have the challenges, we know how to motivate the target audience. It is now the ideation, so we have to design a gamification right now. So first, we agreed with Koçfinans to run a 10 weeks gamification at the beginning to see and observe whether this gamification is working or not. Because, of course, you're trying to make the analysis stage perfect, but it could not be because there are human beings inside. So some might say, yes, of course, I've been motivated with it, or might say, I don't care about that. But in real life, it might change. So you have to test it. So we always approach in an agile manner to every project. So we started with a 10 weeks competition. And we used purpose, level, time, rewarding mission, point, and leaderboard as the game elements of the first gamification design. And the target was to increase the sales of the complementary products, and especially the payment protection insurance, as I told you before. So they want to increase the sales of the PPIs, let's say. So we did the analysis. Now we have the gamification design, and we set the target and also limited limit the time to make the testing phase. And now we have to understand the real motivation and the rewarding of the participants. So the majority of people, the sales reps, were men, and we understood that they are very interested in football. I mean, it is, of course, very common in Turkey, you might imagine. So we set a price of the team jerseys they support as the price for the people they reach their target. This is reaching the target. It's not winning, but reaching the target. So, and of course, there were some women as well. Without making them outliers, we also give them a beauty kit as a price. So now almost everyone is included in the rewarding phase of the gamification design. And this is, as I just want to repeat, this is for the people who reach their target. So they have individual targets. So if they reach their target, they get the jerseys or the beauty kits. So, but the design is not only this, of course. So after 5 weeks, if you are the winner after 5 weeks, then you are rewarded with a family dinner. And if you win all the 10 weeks, then you have a weekend holiday with your family. So it is actually leveling up, reaching the target, winning the first 5 weeks, winning the whole 10 weeks. And also, what we did is we encouraged the participants to send their pictures with the prizes they win, with the jerseys or the beauty kits or other things. And these pictures are communicated to all the people, of course, internally, from the internal channels by Koçfinans. So also we used the status aspects just to motivate other participants as well. So they will just see, okay, he's becoming famous now. I want to be famous. Oh, he's in the newsletter of Koçfinans. I want to be there. So it is also a carrot for the participants. That's something we use during this gamification design as well. And I just slightly by the blurred these images because of GDPR, that's why it is normally very net, but I just blurred it. And now we have all the details of the gamification. So we have to conduct a test phase. Before going live, because you don't want to waste your money without being really confident about what you are doing. So with an agile approach, I told you we are always looking our projects, looking our lives in an agile manner. First, we started the tests manually. Just with an Excel sheet, we track the sales of the people, the individuals, the participants, and by these newsletters or emailings, use the internal communication channels to update all the participants about what is going on with this great game or great competition between them. And the importance of this test phase is to understand the real life behavior. Are they really giving up because of the lack of analysis, as we told, or because of the rewards? So we have to also understand that that's why also that is another reason that this conducted the test phase. Maybe it is not only the analysis, but also rewards might be wrong. And what we saw at the end is actually we divided the target audience into 3 groups so that everybody stays in the flow. The problem of Koçfinans was they were competing. The competition involves all the people. So since all the people are in there, the winners were always the same. because due to the geography, or if the car dealer is a much bigger one, they will surely sell more cars, surely sell more credits, and surely sell more these complementary products, the payment protection insurance. So you can never compete with this unequal circumstances, the conditions. That's why we divided the target audience into 3 groups. And what we saw at the end is the first group, which were selling good actually, increased their sales by 44%. I mean, they were selling well, but after the gamification design, they almost increased it by 50%. I mean, so it's really worked for them. For the second group, which are, let's say, rare sellers of the PPI product, they also increased by 10%. And the third group, this is the most important thing actually, because also Koçfinans was very keen on seeing what will happen with them. The third group were people that never sold a single PPI. I mean, they don't even care about it up to this gamification design. After the test phase, their sales increased by 12%. So there was 0, then it increased by, if you look totally, 12%. So we see that, okay, this design is working. And what was the problem in Koçfinans? The first competition they launched before the gamification, we saw that different people were winning. The same people were winning in every week. But now, after gamification design, now different people are winning in different weeks, so that the primary problem of Koçfinans was also solved as well. So everything was going very fine. And even after the gamification, this is the most important thing, because it is the heart of the gamification, which is the what we tell is the ultimate success of gamification, is the third group continued to sell PPI even after this test phase and the gamification ended. So it became a habit for these participants. It's now an internal motivation. They have an internal motivation to sell. So we changed the behavior by the gamification, which is actually the main reason that everybody, all the companies should use gamification, because it serves as a habit changer. It is very important. I mean, even you stop the gamification, people, not all of them, but surely a lot of them will continue to do what they were doing during the gamification. So these were the results, and lastly, now Koçfinans, of course, liked these results, and then we just improved this gamification, and not making that now 10 weeks, because the test phase was very successful. So now it started to go live with the IT team inside Koçfinans. So we helped them to make the necessary breakdown, necessary algorithm. Also helped with the UI UX as well. And they have let's say an internal portal or app they were using with all these individuals, the participants, are actually using that particular application. So they embedded, or let's say integrated, this gamification into that application as well. And what happened, this is also another important thing about gamification. During this gamification, suddenly the Turkish government were normally not taking some additional taxes from cars for a period, but suddenly they started to take these taxes. So it just causes the car sales, the automotive sales to drop drastically. So if you're not selling any cars, you cannot sell credits, and of course you cannot sell PPIs. So it was a huge problem, because now we have a gamification, but there were no products selling. So what we did during that, it is also important, it's not written in slides, I just want to tell you, we just talked with Koçfinans, and they say, okay, these things are normal, and after a couple of months, people will again start to buy cars. So we can just stop for a couple of months. We said, no, it is the gamification, we cannot stop it. I mean, we started the motivation, it's going well, so let's change the targets. So the targets, we changed the targets from selling PPIs to learning about products. That's what we did, and the design was almost the same, but now people are trying to learn much more about the product. So, and as Koçfinans said, after a couple of months, the car sales started again. So we again turned back what we were doing before these tax increases. And Koçfinans also added machine learning. They have a special R&D support from government, and also after all these things are set, we applied for IDC Best Big Data and Analysis project rewards, and we won the third prize in 2021 with this project. Also, Harvard Business Review, I believe you all know about that. This particular case is published as an article in Harvard Business Review with the title of How Gamification Was Successfully Implemented in Koçfinans. So actually, this is somehow a short summary of this article here. I hope I can express myself openly, and if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for a really engaging presentation and such a fantastic study. And I think that's another thing I'm so personally grateful for in being part of the conference, is that because so much of our work is, of course, confidential, we're doing it with our private clients, bringing it so openly in this forum. So thank you so much for that. So Fırat, I made a note of some of those wonderful statistics earlier. The first group increased sales by 44%. Second group, 10% group, went from 0 to 12%. But did you find that any of those percentages, basically those streaks of improvement, continued in the same fashion as they did in that round? So, for example, where we saw such a, the highest level in the first group, did we see that? Did you see that continue as time goes, or did those three groups kind of fluctuate how successful they were over time?
A good question, Betty. Thank you for that. Well, what we saw was normally the first group, because most of them are located in big cities, they will always sell much more PPIs, because, for example, if you are in Istanbul with a 20 million population, you will be for sure sell much more PPI than somewhere in the Anatolian region with, I don't know, 300,000 population. So you will never ever be in the same page with that guy. That's why this grouping should be followed all the time. And about the sales, the important thing is as I told you, it become a habit. So of course it doesn't increase the sales 44% every 10 weeks. Of course, it's not like that. But now the sales is on a much more higher level than before, and still we are, by the way, we are still working with Koçfinans and designing some more things this year as well, because they want to engage all the participants in every kind of project now, and since they see the gamification really succeeded, they want to use gamification everywhere.
Right. And that's great to hear. And so we have a question here from Adam, who asks, did you notice any difference in the participation between the Excel version and the version released to everybody?
Well, okay. In the Excel version, of course, everything is done by manually, and it is always the sales people of Koçfinans trying to trigger or push the sales reps of the car dealers about, okay, look at your mail, look at this, look at that. Okay, there's an internal communication, there's a competition. They have to warn them, let's say, or alert them that this is going on. But then when it becomes live, since they are already using that application for other things and they see the gamification in the application, of course, it affects them positively. Much more positive.
Right. So there was a difference. Yeah. And the difference being one had, not because of platform, but more just as a more manual approach. Thank you, Fırat. And I think another presentation really highlights for me, and of course all of our listeners, is that as gamification designers or anyone involved in the gamification project, you're also designing behavior change. You're doing new habits for people. And to see this case study, and congratulations on the award and it being featured in the Harvard Business Review. That's absolutely fantastic. So Fırat, thank you. We'll say goodbye to you for now, but please do stick around again for the networking. And if anybody has any questions that you want to ask more directly, I'm sure all of the information is available on the website, Gamification Europe. We've got Fırat's LinkedIn and other connections there. So Fırat, thank you so much for your time this afternoon and the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and thanks for everything. Bye.